Hey YouTube, today I have with me special guests White Devil Detroit, all the way from Melbourne, and they're here right now in Sydney on a very short stay. So the first question that came to my mind today, which I want to ask you, is do you mind telling us what has the band been up to most recently?
Most recently, we've been working on our film clip for our single that's coming out later this month, Guillotine. So we've doing some shooting for that and just sort of coming up with ideas and stuff. So that's gonna be out very soon. It's gonna be really cool. We've just finished recording an EP. We're currently working on the EP cover art and stuff, which is it's a collage / painting collaboration between me and Banjo. So yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, it's gonna be like the EP cover is gonna be Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. That sort of cover with Dookie and Green Day, Where's Wally fucking sort of thing. So it's gonna be really cool.
Okay.
But yeah, so and just at the moment, just working on playing more shows, traveling further, and getting in front of more people. Yeah.
Sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Well, to my surprise, you guys have actually been together a lot longer than I thought you had. I thought you'd just been together for 6 months, but long story short, you've been together for 3 years.
Yeah.
So,
we've been together with Banjo for about 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Not even that.
Not even
that's
that.
3 months.
Yeah, right.
Detroit 2.0.
Yeah. So we started out. I remember I saw on Facebook the other day. I made my job at White Devil Detroit in December 2016. So me, Kyle, Jaden and Dave all started jamming late 2016. We didn't play our first show until early 2017, and then last year was a bit of a weird year for us all, for the band and all personally and shit. I went through a big I went through a lot of personal stuff, and I didn't even know if I wanted to play music anymore. But then we got on track, and now everything's going really well. And we're trying to kick ass and take names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay if I expand? It sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Dare I ask you a personal question?
Of course, go for it.
Could you open up to the audience more, what you went through? It's quite an extreme thing to say, I don't really want to play music anymore.
Yeah, right. So I came out of a long relationship, and I became very isolated from my friends and stuff like that, and I got heaps into meditation and spirituality, and I wasn't sure if being in a rock band and being in dive bars and stuff and that sort of environment was going to be good for my mental health and for my spiritual path and stuff like that. So last year I was I was still doing White Devil Detroit, but I was a lot of the time I was thinking about quitting, and then it came to a bit of a head, and Kyle and Dave came over, and Dave was like, do you even want to be in a band anymore? I'm like, nah man, I'm probably going to leave after this next show. And he me and Dave had a big fucking talk, and he's the one that gave me the inspiration to stay, and I'm fucking glad I did, because now we're everything's going really hard. Everyone is going hard on this band. Every single one of us is pushing it fucking hard, so it's really cool.
Okay, well, great that you got a solid foundation. So
Yeah.
to go back in time, how did you, before Banjo came along, how did you guys form as a band, and then how did you get the band name White Devil Detroit specifically?
Oh,
Hey, do you mind turning the song off, because I can't use it due to copyright? That's alright. Yeah.
quick shout out to Schmitty, because, he's a champion.
Really.
Thanks, Schmitty.
Love you, Shirley.
So how the band got together is Kyle's from Queensland as well, and so am I.
Okay.
And our old bands played together, and I thought I knew everybody in the rock scene in Brisbane. And then I saw Kyle play guitar, and I went up to his lead singer after the show. I was like, who the fuck is that guy? He fucking shreds. And I didn't know, but Kyle was standing behind me, and he said, thanks man. And then we fucking started talking and hanging out.
Yeah.
And he came back to mine after the show. We drank a few bourbons, and I was like, man, we got to start making some music together. And what we were going to be working on was a Joke Blutschley solo EP, some contrived shit like that. Just me being a narcissist, No. And so we started writing music together, and then my partner and I at the time were planning to move to Melbourne.
Yep.
And I told Kyle, and he's like, hey, me and my girlfriend are moving to Melbourne. I was like, well, fuck this solo EP shit. Let's start a whole new band down there. And then Jaden, I had on Facebook for years.
Skid Row.
And messaged him on Facebook. I was like, hey man, we're starting a band. It's gonna be like, you know, Guns N' Roses, AC/DC, Alice in Chains. Would you be keen on coming to jam? And he's like, yeah, any chance of some Skid Row? And I was like, yeah man, we love Skid Row. So like, and then Dave, I just went trawling through the catacombs of people you may know on Facebook thing and like looking for musicians, people holding like bass guitars in their profile picture, and found Dave, and fucking he came and jammed with us. And he's like, I messaged him actually, and Dave's like, yeah, I'll do it just because I got nothing else going on at the moment. And yeah, when Jaden came and jammed with us, he thought we were shit too. Like he didn't think we were that
Thanks,
that promising. But but then obviously he saw something in us, and like everything's like just like from then like just gotten better and better and better. And the way we met Banjo is he came over here with another band from New Zealand and moved over here, and we all became best friends. And he was just like, we wanted a second, like a rhythm guitarist, you know, someone to fit that sort of Izzy Stradlin fucking you know, Johnny Marr sort of archetype. And like he's bringing a lot of like good songs, and like the songwriting's like definitely fucking gone up, like, you know, a lot. Like we did the best we can without him. but like yeah, it's definitely like improved the band and just like overall morale. And you know, like I fucking love these guys. Like they are like my family. Like I honestly would do anything for any of these dudes. I really fucking love these dudes. So and the way we came on the band, I was homeless living in Sydney, where we are right now. And yeah, in Marrickville, just down the road, dude. Like just down that way.
Well,
and I was not on the street. I was sleeping on someone's kitchen floor next to their bins, and yeah, and, like I was just like hanging out at their house on the couch and, you know, getting stoned and stuff. And I came up with the name White Devil Detroit because there's this comedian called Bobby Lee.
Yep.
He was on a show called Mad TV, and he's a really funny comedian. You've probably seen him. He's been in a lot of movies, and yeah, in one of his sketches he says that Detroit is the place where you go to get crack cocaine because that's where it's the purest. And I was thinking about how like addiction affects people, and when people get addicted to that sort of stuff, you know, they become possessed, like they'll turn on their friends or whatever, etc. Like the demons of addiction that can change people and stuff, you know, even if there is like a good person still at the heart of that, it's like they're possessed by the devil. And crack cocaine's white devil. And then like according to this comedian, it was joking. He like looked at, you know what I mean? He was taking the piss. It was like a sketch thing. It was like Trang Do instructional video. Look up Bobby Lee Trang Do instructional video, and you'll see where I got the name White Devil, like the inspiration from.
Now this band, you guys are really interesting to talk to. So I must ask, what has been the best? Sort of like there's two questions, but one question here. What has been the best and funniest on-stage experience? And then to follow that, what's been the best, funniest, or weirdest off-stage experience?
I don't think we can really go into that second question too much. But for the onstage one, yeah.
What's fucking funny that's happened on stage? Like, someone
I smashed myself in the nose with a stick. That was not really funny, just fucking.
No,
Yeah, you
that
do
just
that
fucking
again.
hurt a lot.
You do that. You
That
do
just
that.
fucking hurt a lot.
You do
And
that
we
on
didn't even,
stage anyway.
I didn't even see that, so I didn't even get.
out the fucking Linkin Park.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was amazing.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was shit.
What?
Yeah, but it was pretty funny though.
It was funny. People laughed. I don't know. I've got nothing for this. I'm kind of waiting for these guys to come up with something to say there, but like.
Guys, we're too tame on stage.
Nah, there's been funny shit. I don't know, man. Like.
The problem is, there's such a vibe on stage, we come off and we don't
It's
really.
it's more funny. It's
I go
more
in the
funny
zone.
before we go up on.
What about the
stage.
fucking sparklers in your fucking pants? And
Oh yeah, right. So we played. That's a good.
Cole's hair lit on fire.
Carl nearly set a fucking venue on fire. He had sparks shooting out the end of his guitar, and it was like there was the curtain hanging up on the stage, and the security guard comes over and he starts like looking and shit, looking all worried and stuff.
Yeah, then it fell over.
And the gig before that, I had like a sparkler fucking set up on my crutch. So like I had a bunch of like where my like dick is, like a bunch of like sparks, and it was like getting real fucking hot and like almost like melted my genitals and stuff. That was pretty funny.
Right. Okay.
That's just what you get on the big jobs.
Yeah, that's just
It
part,
is,
that's just
yeah.
part of life in White Devil
More of
Detroit.
a
You know, you
union
might
kind
get
of
your genitals mutilated.
Paid dues.
You know, that's
Right.
self-inflicted.
You might
It's
not.
self-inflicted, and the audience love it though. You know, it's all part of the show.
You sure we can't go into the behind the scenes story? Well, at least a censored version.
it's a soft spot for Carl.
It's
pretty soft up there.
We can delete it if it's
It's
really
spicy.
that bad.
Yeah. Oh, gets a bit in depth, eh? Oh no, Banjo, you start.
I can't think of any one thing.
There's
Um,
multiple.
There's the time Dave broke a toilet to save a phone.
Yeah, we had a midget. We had a midget.
We'd hired a dwarf
We hired
for
a
our
dwarf.
show, so he was
We
an extra
hired a dwarf.
entertainer. You know, like how
Oh, yeah.
Van Halen
Ned
used to do it, and
Simon.
Ozzy Osbourne used to do it, like
Yeah.
sort of thing, and Motley have done it and stuff. So we hired a dwarf.
If you ever knew
And he's
Dwarf,
such a
for-
sick
for-
Blake
dude.
for a
Johnston,
show.
he's
So
Blake Johnston, you were a legend, mate.
Absolute
Yeah.
rad dude.
Yeah, he's a very well known dwarf entertainer in Australia.
He's good at his
He's
business.
He's a really good.
You can
guy.
hire a dwarf
Yeah,
for your entertainment.
dwarfmyparty.com.au. Check
He
it
looks
out.
he looks fucking cute in a Mario Kart costume. I'll give him that.
You gotta stop hitting on it though, right?
Sorry, Blake.
But anyway, he dropped his phone down the toilet. And what did we do? We had to smash the tiles on the back wall.
Yeah,
Go to
because
the second story.
it had gone down. It had like
It
kind of
went down
slid up
there.
in the pipe a bit more, and then he needed to get it out.
No, it fell behind the toilet, and the toilets
The
were
wall,
cracked.
the
It
toilet had to be
into the
ripped
wall.
out to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
So
this.
we had to rip out a
bridge was
toilet
in there.
to get the fucking phone.
Any guesses as to why someone's phone might have been on a toilet? No, never mind.
Just on the ledge. Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to me.
It's about his height too.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can just lean it up on the wall on top of the cistern, and it's perfect height for what
Yeah,
you're doing
that
and
was
stuff.
so on
Oh,
stage.
yeah.
Actually, yeah. So when we
He's watching
hired
watching
Blake, he
movies.
came out and I didn't tell the band because like I don't like to tell the band when I'm going to do shit on stage. If I plan things, like I like them to be as surprised or as scared as the audience are, because then the audience feed off on that. Like if they're like, "What the fuck is Jake doing?" and like it's legit, like they don't know what's going to happen.
no
then
idea.
then the audience see that and they're like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, I set up Blake to come out and smash us all with cream pies and stuff like that. So like.
Oh, I thought it was cream.
And
I ate
Jaden
it.
thought it was actually like whipped cream, but it was shaving cream because
Yeah.
like on a budget. Come on, people.
But the moral of the story
Jaden
is,
had a big mouthful of shaving cream. He's trying to drum. It's like fucking tastes like shit.
but the moral of the story is we all got cream pied by a dwarf.
Yeah. Don't search that on
He needed
porn.
to get on a step ladder
Don't
for me.
don't
but
search White Devil Detroit
rest of you
gets
guys-
cream
I know,
pied
like,
by
he came
dwarf.
over and I got a tap on the leg and he sort of bent down. I had no idea what was going on. I was like, hey man,
Hey man.
hey man, what are you doing?
Okay. That's all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways,
Alright.
yes.
I want to ask you the question because I read other interviews and it seems like everyone's got this. I must ask you this question, so
Yeah.
I might as well just
Hey.
follow on.
Mustache. This question.
I'll answer it.
So, can you tell me the what's the whole police story going on with the band? Yeah.
The police story.
Yeah.
So with the fucking police thing, we had played our first show. This guy came up to me afterwards and like was like picking on me for wearing makeup and trying to fight me and stuff, calling me a faggot and stuff like that. And I was with my girlfriend. He tried to assault us and then like I laid him the fuck out. And then the venue staff were like cool about it. They knew that it was self-defense and everything. And then like the police turned up because like a few days later he went and reported it to the police. And then, you know, the police came to the venue and the venue called me. They were like, hey, the police have just been here. We know it wasn't your fault. We're on your side. But legally, we had to show them the CCTV footage. So there's a police officer looking for you. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck this. And I just put all my Facebook profile and stuff on private. I'm like, they're not going to find me.
And never answer no caller ID.
Yeah, and shit like that. And,
It's always-
but then they
it's always
started leaving shit in my the mailbox like, hey, come in for an interview. And then they knocked on the door at like 1 a.m. on Friday morning. And I opened the door. Like I was very very stoned and quite taken aback by police coming to my home at 1 a.m. in the morning. And they're like, yeah, this is about an incident that happened at blah blah blah. I think you know what it's about. I didn't confirm yes, and I was like, oh yeah. And they're like, we're coming for an interview. And then I went in for an interview, and because it was like a night of band gig, I was told to give a no comment interview. And the first question after they asked like, what's your name, where do you live, how old, like what's your date of birth, all the questions that I can answer, I was told to give a no comment interview from my lawyer. And the first question they asked, that wasn't like a, just personal details question, was like, what can you tell me about the band White Devil Detroit?
No, you didn't say that.
What can you tell me about the band White Devil Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
that
said it.
so and then also they had a manila folder with pictures of the
Say
band.
vanilla folder.
Manila.
Oh, because I was thinking like a vanilla slice. Yeah.
You hungry, mate?
I'm hungry now.
Just
Are you Hungarian?
I'm actually Hungarian. A little bit.
Hungary.
Again.
Hungary's this dude that you know his name's Gary. He's got a huge dick.
Shoot massive.
Anyways,
Thick.
no, so guys, he's a fucking distraction. Where was I with my fucking story?
Gary.
Manila
Talk about
folders.
fucking-
Manila
Yeah,
folder, yeah,
Hungarian.
alright, shut the fuck up. Alright, I gotta tell this bit. Manila folder, they had a manila folder full of photos of the band, and screenshots of our Facebook page. They slid over across the interview table, a picture of me on stage. They're like, that's obviously you. I'm like, no comment. They had like flyers and shit. And then, the lawyer said to me, there's no such thing as off the record. So once they shut off like the recording machine, the cop in there is like, so what kind of music does your band play, mate? And I'm like, no comment. And he's like, oh, it's turned off, mate. And I'm like, no comment. And he's like, oh, whatever then. And that was the cop who's on our fucking recording. So after you do a police interview, they give you a copy of the interview on a disc.
Yeah.
And when we were recording come down, I remember that the cops were just asking a lot of questions about the band. I took it into our producer, Chris Demelko at Monolith Studios,
Bloody champion.
who we did Coming Down with. And I was like, can you rip that question off and we tack it onto the front of the song? And he's like, yeah. So that's a real police officer from a real police interview on our debut single. And also the single cover work for Coming Down, that photo of it, that motorcycle chariot, that's a picture of the New South Wales police in 1928. They were using motorcycle chariots for some reason. So there's a real cop on the recording, and that's an old police sort of photo on the album artwork. So yeah.
What can you tell me about a band named the White Devil Detroit?
What a great story.
Yeah.
Alright, to wrap it up, do you guys have anything else you wish to say about the band? Or
Yeah,
to
we
the
got some
fans?
tattoos.
Okay, would you like to show your tattoos?
Yeah, Jaden,
Yeah.
show you
You got,
Jaden Street.
you got Southern Cross
I got
tattoo.
a Southern Cross tattoo.
Okay,
So
Of course
it's,
he does.
it's Southern Cross
make sure
Station.
you show the cameras.
Yeah, Southern Cross Station, and you got the tram, and when you're in there, you really feel like you're in the Southern Cross, and that's where you go to be. So,
Good
But,
work.
It
looks
feels
really
close to
good.
home, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Cole got
Yeah.
a new tattoo.
Cole got a new tattoo.
Oh shit. Yeah. Got a new tattoo the other day. So, yeah.
Yeah,
So
nice.
A new tattoo.
Yep.
It's pretty good. Bit of emphasis on the U. And
Oh yeah, that makes
yeah,
it
this
cooler.
is
It looks pretty
yeah,
good.
this is Fred.
Badass, dude.
I like the skull.
I think.
Yeah, it's Fred.
Yeah, there's a lot of actually detail put in that one.
Don't you have an old tattoo?
Oh, it's pretty old. I've got two old tattoos.
Yeah,
I've got
faded.
that one there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
old,
it's- yeah,
old
so-
tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo.
Yeah, show the camera.
Show the camera. Old tattoo. Yeah.
So,
Alright.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a few
we're being
good
pimped out.
collection of
Yeah.
So if you need a recommendation for a tattoo artist to like.
But no, Jaden's got some cool one. He's actually got that fucking Judas Priest one too.
Yeah, my whole arms.
Judas
metal.
Priest and Airborne.
So I
and
got
shit.
Dio, David Lee Roth, Maiden, Kiss Unmasked, Priest, Airborne.
He's got a burnout on his
I
ankle.
got Twisted
I got a
Sister.
kangaroo
That's
doing
my
a burnout
fucking-
on my ankle.
Yeah, D. Schneider's like
I
my.
haven't seen one of them.
Yeah, D. Schneider's my fucking hero, man. He's so good. So yeah.
I got toast.
But yeah, anything else we'd like to say about the band?
Yeah.
Come check us out, please.
Check it out.
guys.
Or even party with us. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do something
Don't.
with us.
Party with
fucking
these
Super
guys.
King.
Buy me a drink and I sing a song for you. You like me, I like you. You like me.
Yeah, give it up for Schmitty. Sounded good, man.
We're
So
done.
yeah, that's all we'd like to say about the band. Thanks for watching this interview with
We're-
White Devil Detroit. We love you.
We're down to clown.